Hey everybody, welcome into Sports Talk Chicago. Great to have all of you here with us on our great affiliates, 92.9 Cities FM and also WJOB AM 1230. We're on Jet TV, we're on ACTV out in Aurora. We're right here on YouTube here with all of you for another great show, another great program. So we break down a couple of things regarding the Bears and the Cubs this week. You follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago. Follow me personally at John Z Sports. John Meadows is directing and producing, doing everything great behind the scenes to make this a great product. And hit up our sponsor, Amish Country Farms in Orland Park. Link is in the description of the video. Going to start off today with this. Interesting comments from Justin Fields during a press conference this week at Hallis Hall. Here's the article from the NFL.com. Nick Shook wrote this one. Bears QB Justin Fields says coaching could be the reason he's playing robotic. Justin Fields came out swinging and went after everybody inside Hallis Hall, mainly Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy. And that's fair enough. Fields spent the length of his media availability on Wednesday discussing Chicago's offensive issues and admitted he felt like he was, quote, robotic and not playing like myself during the Bears' Week 2 loss to Tampa. And here's what he said. More so, he said, quote, my goal this week is to say F it and go out there and play football like I know how to play football. That includes thinking less and just going out here and playing off of instincts rather than to say and have so much info in my head and data in my head and clearly just going out there and playing football. That's when I play my best, is when I'm out there playing free and being myself. So I'm going to say, kind of bump all what I should do, this and that, pocket stuff. I'm going to go out there and be me. Couple of things from this quote that we should glean from. First of all, I love this philosophy, and this will lead to more success. Less pressing, less pressure, and more, I'm just going to do it. I'm not worried about what critics are going to say. I'm not worried about what people are going to tell me. Not going to worry about fans booing me off the field in the third quarter. We're just going to play. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to leave it all out on the field. Not going to think too much. Not going to worry about scheme, worry about this, worry about that, worry about this specific player. I'm just going to go out there and know what I do best. I love it. That's the right philosophy to have. And even if he fails this weekend, which I'm not expecting the Bears to win, so even if he fails on a smaller level, I consider that a better outcome for him. I consider it a better outcome. Yes, I'm going to be mad if the Bears lose, all because of Justin Fields, of course. But at the end of the day, you can't blame the guy for having the right attitude and the right mindset heading into work on a game day in a big game against a big-time team in the 3 o'clock window. This is the right mindset to have, and I commend Justin unbelievably for saying this. But here's the more important thing and the crux of the argument that we maybe kind of glossed over. He did come out and blame the coaching staff for his struggles. And he said that he felt like he was playing robotic and not like myself. He feels like he's robotic. I wonder why he feels that way. I wonder who programmed that into him. I wonder who made him feel like a robotic quarterback, a robot quarterback on the field. Hey, hint, hint, it's not Justin Fields himself fully. Some of it is, but not really. A lot of it goes back to play calling and coaching and leadership. Leadership is key. With Matt Eberflus and Luke Getsy at the helm, I can understand why Justin Fields feels robotic and not like himself. This really reminds me of Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky Part 2. Really does. I mean, Mitch Trubisky, now he had his own issues in terms of processing, deer in the headlights type feel, which Justin Fields is showing actually this week. I mean, everybody, including myself, other people said he looks like a deer in the headlights out there. He's not looking good. And then you're trying to peg him in to a specific, a highly specified system that maybe doesn't cater to him. Now, it's so funny, too, because in the offseason, Luke Getsy and company said that they did not plan on reducing Justin Fields' carries. Well, through 2 games, they are significantly reduced, and when he runs, he gains nothing. When he runs the football, there are barely any yards put on his record. At this pace, he will not even get 500 yards. He won't even get to 500 if he stays at this pace, running the football the way the Bears are letting him run it now. Not going to happen. So they're already wrong in that respect. They said we're not going to limit Justin's carries. We just want him to be more of a quarterback. Well, he's not more of a quarterback either. Missing guys downfield, not enough protection in the pocket, dumb play calling, and mistakes on his part too. You put all that together, he's not a better quarterback, and he's not being a quarterback, being a pocket passing quarterback. He's out there not succeeding and not playing well. And this Bears team is suffering because of it, because of his actions and his issues in throwing the football, and also Luke Getzey's play calling and Matt Eberflus's ability to enable Luke Getzey to continue to call plays offensively. Because this is ridiculous. Okay, this is insane. Got Justin Fields coming out here and bashing the coaching staff. I love it. Now, he has to be held accountable for his own performance, which I think we've all done a good enough job at doing that. But why not bash the coaching staff? They do suck. They aren't helping. Nothing's getting better. It'd be different if things were better. It'd be different if, hey, there is some improvement. Things are moving in the right direction. There is nothing to hang your hat on if you're the Bears offense right now. You've got a beat-up offensive line that won't protect Justin Fields. You got Chase Claypool kind of caring, but not really caring. You got DJ Moore, who was just utilized a little bit last week, and you've got Justin Fields running for 10 yards per game. Since when does Justin Fields just run for 10 yards per game? And since when does Justin Fields throw for a 50% completion percentage, only throw for 150 yards, and lose painfully due to his decisions? Something's not adding up here. And a lot of it goes to Fields and his regression, but part of that regression stems from Luke Getzey's play calling and Matt Eberflus's enabling of Luke Getzey to call the plays. All of it adds up and all of it sticks together. So there's a big issue here. Everybody's implicated, everybody's involved, everybody is guilty of this offense not playing up to its potential. So what did Justin say? I'm not worried, or I'm not going to be looking for info in my head and data in my head. He wants to play off instincts. Why not? His instincts aren't bad. I mean, he makes mistakes, but he did enough to get to this point. I mean, he was a stud at Ohio State. His instincts aren't dumb, per se. Not everybody's going to be perfect. He will make mistakes, judgment calls, bad plays, but I don't mind him going off of instincts. What do you have to lose at this point? The Bears are 0-2. Okay, the Bears are 0-2. They are going through it real tough right now, and they're facing the Chiefs, probably going to be 0-3. There's nothing to lose in saying, let's go off of instincts. Let's stop worrying about information and analytics and data and this, that, and the other. Kind of sounds to me like baseball players with the WAR argument and all these sabermetrics. It's the same thing. I understand there are ways to measure the games better. I'm okay with having some advanced statistics to understand players better. But at the end of the day, you can only load someone's head up with so much information. They still have to go out there and be an athlete, stay in shape, and perform. Baseball is not simulated on a computer, and football isn't either. One bounce of the ball could determine a win or a loss. A couple of bounces of a ball could determine a 10-6 season from a 6-10 season. So it's not all about data, and here's what we should be doing, here's what we did, and here's why it worked, here's why it didn't work. No. No. These guys are professionals. And if you want Justin Fields to be the quarterback that you think he could be, at some point the training wheels have also got to come off. Let him fail. Let him fail epically if you think he's going to fail. So be it. Then we know that the Bears need a new quarterback again. But this whole, I feel robotic, I feel this, I feel that. Guys, what are we doing here? This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing in the sense that Fields is a third-year quarterback having to come out and say this. And we just heard the same spiel from Mitch Trubisky a couple of years prior. That goes to show you it's not a quarterback thing. It's a system and a culture thing. We got Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus in office, and look what's still happening. There's still a dumb offensive coordinator calling plays. Matt Nagy was the dumb offensive coordinator / head coach before. Now it's Luke Getzey. It might have worked out in Green Bay, but Aaron Rodgers is not Justin Fields, and Justin Fields is not Aaron Rodgers. You need to dial up something different for the sake of Justin Fields. Seeing this report, though, was encouraging. Seeing Fields feel empowered to speak out is awesome, and I love it. He doesn't have much room to speak, but he can kind of speak on this because he knows firsthand how dumb the play calling has been and how difficult things have been for him on the field. He knows firsthand what Luke Getzey's calling on every play and how things are progressing, good or bad. He knows. He knows. So he's allowed to speak on this, and I fully support him in this statement. I may not support him yet, or maybe ever, as the Bears' permanent solution at quarterback. I kind of gave up on that last week, but I can support him on this statement, no doubt, that this is an issue, a glaring issue that needs correction. Don't think he's the guy, but he's not wrong in what he's saying. Maybe he could go somewhere else next year, the year after, and ball out. I'd be so happy for him, like I was for Mitch initially when he went to the Bills and then went to Pittsburgh. But it's just not working here. And this is pretty apparent because there have been side-by-side comparisons, and I'm sure all of you have seen this all over social media. Mitch Trubisky has better numbers than Justin Fields over their first, 27, 28 games? Yeah, that's true. Now, you could argue that different coaches, different regimes, different defenses, at the end of the day, the numbers in this case don't lie. I mean, Mitch is better in completion percentage, in touchdowns, and passer rating. The only thing Justin beats him in is rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, which Justin Fields is good at. And they're different quarterbacks. They are different quarterbacks, but in terms of passing the football, they're equal. In terms of running and being an overall athlete, yeah, Justin Fields has the edge easily. We don't need to debate that here. That's pretty apparent. But in terms of statistically speaking, passing the football, they're the same. And if not, Mitch is slightly better. That is concerning. That is a problem. That needs to change. So maybe Justin Fields dials one up, goes old school, trusts his instincts and not bad coaching moves, bad play calling. Maybe things get better for the rest of this season. And if they do, I'm happy to eat my words from earlier this year. I'm happy to put more trust in Justin Fields because I want him to succeed, and I don't want the Bears dealing with yet another quarterback situation. But now Justin, after speaking out about all this, has to do it and prove it. My goal this week is to say, F it. I love it. F it. And go out there and play football like I know how to play football. He knows how to play football. There were times last year in which he had good games. They're just not sustained. He has 1 or 2 good games a year, maybe 3, 4, but they're not sustained. Here's his chance to sustain it. Here's his chance to move it forward. Make progress, because so far we've seen regression. I love the quote and I love the attitude. I don't know if it's going to work out. I don't put my faith in it working out. But I could say this, the attitude is there. The heart is there. He cares. He wants to do better. He wants this team to be better. That's great. I know I was really enraged last week at the way the game ended, but it's hard not to root for him with this sort of attitude. And that's the same with Mitch Trubisky. Everyone said the same thing. Mitch is not a bad guy, but he's just not performing on the field. And I feel like that's what Justin Fields is turning into. Not a bad person. I have no ill will or gripe with who he is as a man. I just got a problem with the way he's playing right now. And that could still change. 15 games to go. But they really got to dig themselves out of a hole. And it starts this weekend against Kansas City. I'm going to keep this quote in mind as we move forward. I want to keep this in the back of my head when we do a recap show on Monday for the game and see how the words translate to actions on the field. See how this translates. See how this moves forward. I like it. I think it's smart. And I think what he's saying is not wrong. And I commend Justin in the fullest capacity for trashing the Bears coaching staff because you know what? They deserve it. They deserve the criticism. We've all criticized him. Now their own quarterback's criticizing him. Not looking good for their future. Or, conversely, not looking good for Justin's future. They're going to get rid of him and bring in somebody else and say he was the problem. Either way, something is being said, and something should be said about Justin Fields. And about this coaching staff. And about what's wrong with the Bears offensively. They've got countless issues. But quarterback and offense is at the top of the list right now based on how much money Ryan Poles spent. So we will see what these quotes lead to on Monday. We'll see it on Sunday. We'll react to it on Monday. I just hope things go well and that he can be vindicated and start his road back to success. Thanks for watching today's show. We will be right back here on Cities 92.9 and WJOB. Follow us all over at Sports Talk Chicago. Big thank you to John Meadows directing and producing. We'll be right back.